Happy Friday, guys. So I have a big surprise. I was cleaning out my spare bedroom yesterday, and I came across an entire bucket of really awesome books that I forgot that I had. So I am going to be doing some read-alouds for you and posting them to Dojo so that you guys can enjoy some books and take AR tests while you're not at school with me. And I want to encourage you, if you have any books at home or if you're watching this read aloud, go find a cozy place to read so that you're all happy and cozy and you can enjoy your book. If you're reading books on Mayan, whatever you're doing, go find a cozy place. So I'm right here in my bedroom and it's one of the most coziest places in my house. So I want to encourage you to go find a cozy place. So this book is called Miss Nelson is Missing by James Marshall. The kids in room 207 were misbehaving again. Spitballs stuck to the ceiling. Paper planes whizzed through the air. They were the worst behaved class in the whole school. "Now settle down," said Miss Nelson in a sweet voice. But the whole class would not settle down. They whispered and giggled. They squirmed and made faces. They were even rude during story hour. And they always refused to do their lessons. "Something will have to be done," said Miss Nelson. Look at that. He's writing all over his desk. The next morning, Miss Nelson did not come to school. "Wow," yelled the kids, "now we can really act up." They began to make more spitballs and paper planes. "Today, let's just be terrible," they said. "Not so fast," hissed an unpleasant voice. Look at all those kids thinking they can do whatever they want. I hope you guys don't do that when I don't come to school. A woman in an ugly black dress stood before them. "I am your new teacher, Miss Viola Swamp." And she rapped the desk with her ruler. "Where is Miss Nelson?" asked the kids. "Never mind that," snapped Miss Swamp. "Open those arithmetic books." Miss Nelson's kids did as they were told. Ooh, it's pretty scary. They could see that Miss Swamp was a real witch. She meant business. Right away, she put them to work, and she loaded them down with homework. "We'll have no story hour today," said Miss Swamp. "Keep your mouth shut," said Miss Swamp. "Sit perfectly still," said Miss Swamp. "And if you misbehave, you'll be sorry," said Miss Swamp. The kids in 207 had never worked so hard. Days went by, and there was no sign of Miss Nelson. The kids missed Miss Nelson. Ooh, she is just not pleasant looking. "Maybe we should try to find her," they said. Some of them went to the police. Detective McSmog was assigned to the case. He listened to their story. He scratched his chin. He said. "I think Miss Nelson is missing. Detective McSmog would not be much help." Why do you think he's called Detective McSmog? Other kids went to Miss Nelson's house. The shades were tightly drawn and no one answered the door. In fact, the only person they did see was the wicked Miss Viola Swamp coming up the street. "If she sees us, she'll give us more homework." They got away just in time. "Maybe something terrible happened to Miss Nelson. Maybe she was gobbled up by a shark," said one of the kids. But that didn't seem likely. Maybe Miss Nelson went to Mars, said another kid, but that didn't seem likely either. I know, exclaimed one know-it-all. Maybe Miss Nelson's car was carried off by a swarm of angry butterflies, but that was the least likely of all. Those butterflies don't look too angry to me. The kids in room 207 became very discouraged. It seemed that Miss Nelson was never coming back, and they would be stuck with Miss Viola's swamp forever. And they heard footsteps in the hall. Here comes the witch. Here comes the witch, they whispered. Hello, children, someone said in a sweet voice. Look at them, they're scared to death. They think it's Miss Viola's swamp. It was Miss Nelson! Did you miss me? She asked. We certainly did, cried all the kids. Where were you? That's my little secret, said Miss Nelson. How about a story hour? Oh, yes, cried the kids. Miss Nelson noticed that during story hour, no one was rude and no one was silly. What brought about this lovely change? She asked. That's our little secret, said the kids. So look how much they've changed. Characters always change in stories. They went from being all crazy, upside down, doing whatever they wanted, to sitting quietly and listening, which is awesome, awesome, awesome behavior. Back home, Miss Nelson took off her coat and hung it in the closet, right next to an ugly black dress. When it was time for bed, she sang a little song. I'll never tell, she said to herself with a smile. P.S. Detective McSmog is working on a new case. He is now looking for Miss Viola's swamp. So, I think it was Miss Nelson the entire time. She dressed up like Miss Viola's swamp to get those kids in line. But I love that story. So I want you guys to really think about how important it is, even though I'm not with you and you're at home and some of your parents may be at work during the day, but you need to make sure that you are being obedient to your parents, you are listening, you are doing what you're supposed to do, and that you are trying your best on all of your digital learning assignments. Because guys, we don't want you to lose any of that awesome learning that you've gotten all year long. So please try your best to listen to what your parents are telling you to do, and don't make them go crazy. Because let me just go back to this page. No, we do not need to be acting like that. Do not make your parents so upset that they just want to leave you at the house, like Miss Nelson left her kids at school and didn't come back the next day. All right? Love you guys.